I am impressed that I made almost $300,000 my first year in business.
Okay, Kazu. Well, thank you for agreeing to do this for me. I guess so you own Papillon Medspa here up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So let's just give some context when we started working together. When did you open? How long have you been in business for now?
Well, I've been in business since November of 23.
November 23.
Yeah, so I just opened up.
And we met, I guess, tell me, I think we met in January. I think we called for the first time in December, but I think we signed up with everything in January. How are you feeling those first couple of months in business? What was kind of going on inside you?
Well, just starting a business is stressful enough, but I was also unemployed and I was forced to just do what I had to do. And I was spending money on different marketing agencies that just wasn't working. I wasn't not getting anybody coming in. So I was about to quit, literally.
So I remember when we talked on the phone for the first time. You seemed a little bit stressed.
Little bit? That's all you got from me? I wasn't a little bit. I was a lot of stressed. I was very stressed.
Okay. A lot of stress. And I guess, how was the business doing? Like, I guess, externally?
It wasn't doing much. I probably had maybe less than 5 clients, and 3 of them were my friends.
This was 2 months into the business?
Yeah, 2 months into the business.
Spending on ads and everything? Spending
on ads.
Okay.
I had to spend money like 2 or 3 weeks before I met you. I don't even know how, you sense my desperation.
No, you saw one of my ads and it just said, "Do you want to make money?"
Yeah, and I was like, how did I? Well, anyway, I'm glad it happened, but yeah, it was pretty bad time.
Pretty bad time. It was pretty dark. Were we doing like $1,000? Like, were we doing $5,000 a month? Were we doing something? Like, what was?
So my first month, I would say I got maybe $2,000, and it was actually one of my friends that said, "You need to pay rent, so I'm gonna buy this service," even though I was not ready for it, and she did that.
Wow.
And
that's
so
a good
then,
friend.
yes, she's like, "I'm gonna do this. I'm not ready yet, but you gotta pay rent next month." So I did not have like a paying client, if you say. And then the next month, it was my brother-in-law's wife at the time who did medical weight loss. Wow. And it was not even from an ad. It was just having a conversation with her. So no, I wasn't even making $2,000. I wouldn't say. No, I was not.
Not that much. Okay.
No, I was making negative something.
Negative something. Well, my program wasn't free to start.
No.
I know I broke it down to make it easier pill to swallow. And so I guess, what was sort of like the skepticism that you had? So we met, we talked. What was sort of the skepticism, or did you have any? Like, what were the things that you were worried about, essentially?
Well, just having the experience of paying for ads through different marketing agencies and nothing became of it. I mean, literally, I wasn't expecting to be making a whole lot of money just starting business, but just like being strapped for cash. Somebody comes to you and say, "Hey, give me some more money and I'm going to bring you clients." I just heard that 2 weeks ago. I just heard that 3 weeks ago. What's about you that's different? Right. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
And so what made you decide to take another shot? What made you decide to try me out?
Honestly speaking, it was the fact that I feel like I didn't have a choice.
Put a gun to your head?
No, you didn't put a gun to my head, but I had a gun to my head.
Yeah.
My whole life was right there. I don't know if you know, but I moved to a whole different state. I had my kid with me. My contracted job that I had, that was going to give me enough money for me to feed into the business. I lost it. So not moving forward, and I had to make it work, right? But the reason why I signed up with you was because all of those things that those other marketing agencies was having me do, you said, "I'll do it." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds good. It's something to take a chance with." Then you said, "You don't have to pay me all the money now, But what I'll do, if I don't bring you any clients through the door within this time frame, I would pay you back the money you spent on your ad, and I would pay the money that you paid me and give it back. And for me, that was a relief, just because there was some sort of money guarantee. Like, you had a skin in the game too. Like, you would have lost if you didn't get, deliver what you said you would. And for me, that meant a lot to me.
Well, I mean, same thing I tell you to do, right? Put your skin in the game, or put your reputation on the line, and people will buy. Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. And I guess, so like, we've been working now for today, so this is March 1st. So we just closed February. And you and I, we've had there's been ups and downs, but if you zoom out, it's all going in the general right direction. So for a lot of people, it's going to be a big number. We spent just under $7,000 in ads last month. Yeah. You think it was worth it? The ads that we spent on ads?
Oh, it sure was. Like, that is like almost 10 times.
So what do we do in like process revenue? What do we do in revenue?
Well, I made about $70,000 in revenue.
Then we're $5 short of $70,000.
Yes, that was the best $7,000 spent in ads to get that much. And another thing that a lot of us don't quantify is, I didn't spend my time trying to nurture any ads. I was not calling anybody. I just sat and actually worked less days. I actually just sat in my office and waited for people to come. So for me, I would have spent a lot more actually if I was hiring somebody to doing all of that stuff in addition to just, the ad spend.
Well, you know how much I'm working, so I'm taking all that. I'm taking the burden of that.
Boy, do you? So you reminds me. Well, I know you work hard.
And you work hard as well. You can't get this just by relaxing. No. Hard work there's some blood, sweat, and tears have to happen. But if you put in the work, 70,000, like, out of all the med spas, you're the youngest med spa by far the youngest med spa. I think Natalie is on her 4th or 5th year. Isabel's around the same. And so out of all the med spas, if you look at it, where they were at their time in the business, you're the most successful. You say who's a year in, you're the most successful. And so you should be proud about that.
That's nice to hear.
And so just sort of like for more stats, I think we had, we did break our record for number of appointments showed. I think we were 2 off, so we had 62 showed appointments. Yeah. Seems pretty cool. How you are with your team? So before, when we started, you were working out of a suite, 1-room suite. Yeah. Pretty sure. And not so good, not location that you were proud of. Right. And, you were just working just yourself. How are we doing right now? What's the team looking like?
Well, now, I mean, just from a team of 1, it's a team of 3. So there's 3 of us. Now we're in a suite of, well, I wouldn't say a suite, but we have like a whole 2 rooms, treatment rooms. We brought in some equipment. We're doing better.
We're growing. So
we're growing actually a lot.
So it's not just you're not self-employed now. You've actually turned into a legit business. You're employing people.
I don't want to say that so loudly, but I can say, yeah, for sure.
Well, I think you were recently,
it's a lot different.
What was the thing you were telling me about the grant? You think the city reached out to you or something like that, and they were really surprised about your...
Yeah, so I've been working with the county over like just having a business coach, because I'm a nurse and I don't know very much about business. So just having somebody just teach me some stuff. And when she looked at my stats like last year, and I don't know if Ivan wants me to talk about this, but I am impressed that I made almost $300,000 my first year in business. And it happened after blood, sweat, and tears from Ivan, because he taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't have learned on my own, like especially the sales. And I had a lot of personal one-on-one time with him. Like, he took his time to like teach me, because I didn't have much to do, and I was like, we got to do this. And I was very enthusiastic about just having that experience and time with you. But just looking at hindsight and looking at other people's businesses, people who've been in business for a long time, nobody can tell me they made $280,000 in the first year in business, especially starting from zero. Like, for me, that was amazing. So anyway, when she was looking at my stats and looking at the stats, she's like, this program, they want you. And they want me to be in this program, want to help me, obviously, because there's a lot of things I still need to learn. But they need to show that their program is successful somehow. And having me already being the success story walking into the program, it kind of makes them a little bit more legitimized. So I'm going to say that.
I know.
But it's a great opportunity, nonetheless.
It's amazing. So you have, like, I remember when I heard your first consultation, and I told you this yesterday. I was like, we were reminiscing of old times yesterday. And when I listened to your first consult, I was like, Jesus, not to use the Lord's name in vain, but I was like, I think I bit off more than I could chew, because I put money where my mouth is. I was like, man, it's going to be a lot of work. But, you know, in terms of how much you're collecting per sale, you're the most successful med spa in that metric out of all the top 3 spas. Do you know how much? So first day, so people are coming in for a introductory offer, you know, really cheap. What a lot of people would say is like a Groupon offer. They say, I don't want to do that, but what's going to attract the wrong clients. But you sold 17 packages last month. And do you recall what was the average you would collect that same day when you sold a package?
$4,000.
It's crazy, huh?
Yes, it is. I'm so proud of it. Yes.
No sales experience.
No sales experience.
Just a nurse.
My God, I can remember my first consult. I was so robotic. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I still probably don't know what I'm doing, but I'm probably doing a little better than what I was doing before. But yeah, it's just amazing just to think about like the progress.
Because you don't feel it in the day-to-day. You feel like things are going bad, and
of course you still feel that way when you're running a business. Obviously you want, for me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist too, so I've always excelled at everything that I did. So this, I feel a little lagged behind. So when people saying things like, oh, that's you, I'm like, no, it's not, because I haven't felt it, you know, like to just take a hindsight and just look and it's like, you know what, we did that.
Doing pretty good.
We did that.
Not too bad.
Yeah, right. I don't want to be comfortable, so I'm still gonna be like the underdog. So officially, I'm still the underdog.
You're still the underdog.
I'm still underdog. Like,
well, I guess
top 3, I'm still the bottom 3.
That is true.
The bottom.
So I guess to wrap it all up, a year in, I think it was our anniversary relatively recent. I don't know if it was last month or the month before, but how are you feeling now on the inside? So before it was Armageddon, you were saying. How are you feeling now? Do you feel more confident? Do you feel empowered? I don't know, your skills, or just tell me.
I feel empowered. Just because, like, not having any skills, any sales experience, and coming into this position where I can have some sales experience, there's no bottom anymore. You know, we want to go up from here, right? So now the target is not 20% close rate. I'm shooting for 30, 40, 50% on average. For me, that would feel more successful.
You're already at 30.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm 30. I feel like I bomb it most of the time. So.
Well, that is 30, right? Most of the time you bomb it.
You bomb it a lot, but bombing it a lot, I'm also like, I feel like I'm impressive in other areas. So the areas where I make up in not getting the amount of sales in volume, I'm able to make it in value. And I've gotten a lot of wonderful clients beyond just the PCDC part of it or the liquid lipo chin reduction part of it. I've gotten more and more and more and more comfortable in talking to people about the other things that we're able to offer. So around it, it's been amazing for me as a business person and even as a person. Like, I have gotten a lot of, as young as you are, you've taught me a lot.
And you've taught me a lot too.
You've taught me a lot in like just the resilience. And even like when we go back to like, when you said, you know what, Cosmo, I'm gonna get you to this amount of revenue, and I laughed. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. But even though after the first 2 weeks, I could have quit. I could have said, you know what, let's just drop the towel because I was not good at the sales. I wasn't good at anything. Even though you were bringing the clients in and we talked about it, and he's like, I'm so proud that you didn't quit. Because I could have quit. because I still did not make the money then. I could have quit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I stuck in it because it was like, we just can't fail at this.
Well, 2 months in, I remember, because we were, it actually took a while. Out of all the top spots, it took us a lot longer to get off the ground. And I was worried, right? Because I was like, man, it's taking a long time. I hope, but we were getting the appointments in, but we weren't just making any money. And I was worried that you would throw the towel in. Because remember, we had a Medspa that started at the same time as you, and she was throwing in the towel. And I was like, man, I hope it doesn't happen with Kaozu. And I remember where I was when we had this conversation. And you told me that you made a decision that there's no turning back, that you're just going to do it until it works. And I knew it was, when you told me that, I knew that you were going to make it, because I think every business owner has to come to that decision, because it's always much harder than you think it is. And there's a moment it's not working and you just have to decide, like, I'm going to do it until the end. Yeah. And you did it. So let's do 2 more questions, I guess. What are the goals now? What are our goals now? So before I promised you 40,000, you thought that was unrealistic. We've surpassed that. What are our goals now? Have your goals, I guess, widened?
My goals definitely has widened. So my goal right now, at least this year, I want to go greater than $1 million. I really do, and I definitely think it's possible.
Oh, it's not even a question.
Totally possible. It's just starting out the year. I think we can definitely do that.
Oh, okay.
Hello,
Thank you.
How are you?
Well, we'll get back to work then.
Okay.